Hello and welcome to The Hero's Word. I'm Andre, your host, and today I'm going to talk about Marvel's Fresh Start initiative. I had to compose myself and take a little bit of time, digest all the news, and see how I really felt about this new initiative from Marvel. Marvel kind of reminds me of The Boy Who Cried Wolf. This has got to be about their 10th time restarting, rebranding, renumbering their comic book universe. And frankly, I think fans, diehard comic collectors, and retailers like myself just don't know where Marvel is going.
There's no earthly way of knowing
He's singing.
which direction we are going. There's no knowing where we're rowing.
You see, a couple months back, they announced Legacy, in which they went back to the original numbering. So we could look forward to comics like Amazing Spider-Man back to their legacy numbering, coming up to big milestone issues like 800. Thor popped up with 700. Iron Man's reaching a milestone, and Cap just reached a milestone. But now, a couple months going forward from today, we are going to see Marvel starting back at number 1. Now, why are they doing this? Well, I think they're trying to grasp new readers. I think they're trying to pull in a new crowd, and they're saying this is a fresh ideas, fresh start, new creative teams, and lots of good storytelling that you expect from Marvel. However, how is it going to fit in with the stuff they're just doing with Legacy? When I think of fresh, I think of brand new, creative, something that is totally going to be different. Marvel's used that moniker before because we've had Marvel Now, all new Marvel Now, all new, all different Marvel Now. You can see where I'm going. Nothing so far has convinced me that they are truly going in the different route. Granted, they have lined up some really excellent creators. We've got Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness killing it on the new Avengers book. McGuinness is a great artist, and I'm sure he's going to knock it out of the park. We've got a new Captain America team by Ta-Nehisi Coates, as well as Leinil Francis Yu. And his plan for Cap sounds pretty amazing, new and fresh. You got to check out the promo art they've put out for these books. Captain America #1 has a gorgeous cover by Alex Ross. I love Alex Ross, but this cover is classic Marvel. I can't see any new comic buyer walking by this book and saying, yeah, this appeals to me, this is new. It literally looks like Cap from the 70s. We've got one of Heroes World's own Mike Del Mundo drawing Thor, the return of Odin's son, to the title comic. Amazing Spider-Man's got a brand new creative team. Ryan Oatley, hot off the end of his long tenure on Invincible. He's a great artist. He's going to do amazing things on Spider-Man. But that cover, all of Spider-Man's villains, Spider-Man himself, it looks like Spider-Man has always looked. This could be an Untold Tales of Spider-Man book. It's got a very retro vibe. So again, I've got to ask, Marvel, who are you aiming for? Because I'll tell you, so far from these images, and I'm not saying the art's bad, but I'm saying the direction of these images is not going to grab new readers. It's just not different enough. Now, let's look at the super successful Marvel Cinematic Universe. Every one of those characters, you could tell who they were by their namesake, yet all of them had really cool costume changes. But hey, Iron Man was still Iron Man, Thor you could still tell was Thor. They need to inject some of that magic, not content-wise, but creative-wise. Let's have these books look and feel different. Now, back to the numbering. If you're an old school collector like myself, I want my collection to go and keep numbering. But now you're going to stop after you hit 800 on Amazing Spider-Man, go back to Spider-Man #1, and then also put the legacy number somewhere on that cover?
Not a great plan.
So you've got both feet in two different pools. You got to pick one. There's no possible way you're going to make both camps of people happy. Choose one. New, fresh start for everybody, and you hope to keep the old fans, or keep the numbering, say it's a new story arc, and hopefully new readers will come on board because the content is great, the characters are great, and the stories are going to be great. I want to go back in time to a well-known book that came out probably 12 years ago. I might be off on the years. But Batman 608. DC brought on comic creator Jim Lee to draw The Dark Knight, and it was also written by Jeff Loeb. These are two monster creators. But they didn't wait for Batman 600. They didn't wait for Batman 625. They didn't wait for Batman 650. Batman 608. That is truly one of the best-selling comics of modern times. And you didn't need to wait for a milestone. You didn't need to renumber that book. Previously, you've done it countless of times. If I go back to the 90s, when X-Men came out, Uncanny X-men 281, brand new team. It coincided with the new X-Men #1 book, but again, they didn't renumber X-Men and Uncanny X-Men #1, so your stories are gonna sell. Let's stop renumbering the books, confusing fans, and making retailers just shake their heads because we don't know how to keep and educate those new readers. People come in one week, hey, I just picked up Thor 703. Why is this #1 again? Is it the same book? Let's do away with those questions. Listen, it's not hard to count. Everybody can do it. Marvel, so you shouldn't be afraid of those numbers. I'm Andre, and that's the Hero's Word. If you enjoyed this video, check out the two that Uatu the Watcher has selected. Don't forget to subscribe. You'll never miss the latest Hero's Word.